Hey guys, welcome back to Check Your Leader TV. Today what I'm going to be doing is a short video about CANCON, which is the major wargaming event here in Australia. It's held every Australia Day long weekend in Canberra, the nation's capital. And we go up there and we have 3 days of wargaming. It's a pretty huge event, not just wargamers, there's role players there, cosplay, all sorts of shenanigans going on. This year, however, in the large zone, we played General de Armee version 2, and we played 3 games over 3 days out of the Victoria, the Battles for Spain campaign book. We played using General de Armee version 2, which has only just been released. At the time of CanCon, it hadn't been, but we were fortunate enough to have a pre-release version of the rules to be able to play and showcase GDA 2. So without further ado, we're going to dive straight in. I'll share some footage that I took at CanCon and give you a bit of an overbrief of what transpired over those 3 days. So without further ado, let's have a look at CanCon 2024, GDA, the Battle for Spain. So on day one, the night before, the tables had been set up by Andrew Bishop, the event organiser, and we were going to play the first scenario that we were going to play out of the book was not actually the first scenario out of the book. It actually, I think, it's scenario number 3, the Hill of ARMEE. Basically, what you have here is a British division attacking a French division. For this game, I basically refereed, umpired the game because I was the one that had the most experience with GDA 2. The game played really, really well. It went a bit longer than you would expect, but that was because the 6 players had never played GDA version 2 before. And some of them hadn't even played GDA 1, the original General de Armee. But the game, after the first 2 turns, was going along at quite a bit of a clip. Ended in a British defeat. I think that was mainly because the attackers, being the British, fairly new to the rules, like completely new to the rules, were a little bit hesitant in going forward, which is completely understandable. I mean, if you don't know all not intimate with the mechanism of the rules, then you're not going to be terribly aggressive, generally speaking. But day one, we had a lot of fun. Victory for the French, but the rules were pretty well received. On day 2, I was able to play. And the game that we played on day 2 was the final scenario, which is the final assault on Victoria. Here you can see some footage from the closing stages of the game. I commanded the British pretty much as C&C, so didn't command any brigades directly. Oh, that's not true. I commanded the centre brigade, but a young lad turned up. He seemed quite interested, so I basically handed over my brigade to this 12-year-old lad, and he had a fat time. This was a really satisfying game, and the Brits won. We formulated a plan, and we were able to execute it. And the game was over within probably 5 hours of play. So that was great. Okay, in this picture, what we see is Kemp's Brigade. Consists of the 43rd Light Infantry and the 95th Rifles, plus some skirmishers, and also Anson's Brigade. And we also can see here's the right at the end of the game where the French centre has collapsed, and it's being threatened by British light cavalry. And you can see here in the center, French squares being formed. Top left of the picture there, you can see the British light cavalry coming up. The game was really won on the British left flank, the French right, when the French were enveloped. Here's some photos now of just some of the other games at CanCon. The Large Zone had some really great games, especially chain of command type stuff. Okay, let's move now on to the third day. Okay, so on day 3 we played one of the probably smaller scenarios, the Battle for La Humanidad. That was a really interesting game, lots of fun. There was this ditch running across the table. The Brits had to pass a discipline test to get across it, essentially. So that would hold them up a bit. But other than that, it was just a fantastic game, lots of fun. And it just points out that scenarios in the Victoria Battle for Spain campaign book are really quite good. And if you haven't got it yet, like I think it's cost £9 or something like that, if that. It's worth getting. Again, it was the third day. Everyone had a pretty good grip of the rules by this stage, and the game was knocked over fairly quickly. And again, with this time with another French victory. So over the 3 days, day 1, French victory, day 2, British victory, day 3, French victory. On the third game, I got to play as a French brigade commander. So I commanded the French on the right, together with Andrew Bishop, and he commanded the French in the centre and the Confederation of the Rhine troops on the left, predominantly Badners, if I remember correctly. But yeah, the event went really well. It was a great showcase for General d'Armée version 2. If you've got any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Long story short, though, what I plan to do here going forward is I'm going to run some short videos focusing in on each of the elements of GDA 2. First of all, I'm going to look at charges, because that seems to be the only part of the rules that do cause a little bit of confusion. The next video I'm going to upload will cover charges in GDA 2 and how they're resolved. I'll also, in that video, I'll also probably talk about how we resolve hand-to-hand combat. But that's all for now. Like, share, and subscribe. I do get banned from Facebook regularly, so if that happens, I can't notify people through the various forums that I've uploaded a page, so uploaded some content. So it really is worthwhile to subscribe. Simply that way you'll get notifications when I upload new content. And so we'll just wrap it up from there, and I'll catch you on the next one. Yubakwe.